Well, hello and welcome to yet another edition of 907 Sports, where it is all local sports all of the time because it's 907 Sports. That's kind of our thing here. Now, we cover a lot of different sports throughout the shows as long as we've been doing this. We've been doing this for over a year, but this is a sport that we don't really cover all that often, but it's really starting to pick up some steam in our state.
Happy that a lot more new kids and a lot more new faces, and then a lot of old kids that play. They were playing in the elementary last year, and this year they come in as a middle school kids, which is really exciting.
The 2023 Alaska Youth Team Badminton Championships is put on in part by Badminton Goes Viral, and the sport's a little different than you might remember.
It's fast, it's quick-paced. It's not like what I grew up with, playing badminton in the backyard. Absolutely not. And these kids are getting an opportunity that really allows them to excel and do some of the different sports. Quite amazing to see the participation.
The Birdies helping teams migrate from all over the state to the Diamond Gym.
We came all the way down from Napatka to play badminton.
Hundreds of high schoolers, middle schoolers, and elementary-aged kids taking to the courts to learn crucial badminton and life skills.
It's a lot of communication and footwork.
Dozens of volunteers watching and scoring the games in hopes that they can watch their sport grow.
For the love of the sports. Yep, I love badminton, and I love to see kids play badminton. Everybody can play, you know, no age, no weight, no gender, you know.
Seeing the smiles of the kids, how can you not like that? When you see the smiles with kids and what they're all about, and they're excited and they're asking questions and they're being respectful and learning how to count on a teammate, what more can you ask in life?
The sport really rallying in the right direction and continuing to grow.
Bye. Bye.
Anchorage also has a badminton club where adults and youth can participate. They play at different rec centers throughout the week. So you can hit them up on Facebook at Anchorage Badminton Club. I didn't know that even existed until I had that conversation over the weekend. So pretty cool to see that badminton is starting to grow within our state. Now to another sport that we are really starting to focus in on here as the spring is coming on upon us. And now they're just stuck in the dome because we're waiting for all of that snow to melt on every single track around the district, around our regions here. But we wanted to focus on two very fast athlete of the weeks.
Set.
Last year's fastest Alaskans just kept getting faster.
I'm so much faster than last year, so it's nice to know that.
Because last year I did not do as well as I thought it would, and so this year is really a comeback year for me.
East Anchorage seniors Olivia Mamai and Brian Morris both won the fastest Alaskan 100-meter dash at the 2022 Big C Relays and defended their titles as the fastest Alaskans in this year's much-anticipated event.
There was pressure, but at the same time, I really like it because I don't really get that much pressure here. Not to sound like cocky, but I don't know. It's really nice actually to have that pressure.
I was really happy because defending the title is harder, is a lot more pressure than first winning it, so it means a lot to me.
Like most athletes, Morris grew up playing multiple sports.
But I realized I was a sprinter.
Looking to break records on the track and barriers in his family.
This has been a ride for our family. I am like the first kid to go to college and really commit and do sports, so it's good for my parents and my family. They really look up to me as the youngest in the house, so.
Mamai is not the youngest in the house. In fact, she's right in the middle of 7 brothers, 4 older and 3 younger.
It's kind of made me really tough. They all bullied me, so they definitely made me tougher. They definitely made it so that I didn't give up as easily. When I was younger, I hated it, but now that I'm older, it's kind of nice because they really did make me who I am, so.
And picked up some speed running away from them all those years.
And are you the fastest of them all?
Of course.
Mamai also earned the High Step Hustler Award at the meet as the 100-meter hurdle champion, while Morris anchored the T-Birds 4x100 relay team that took gold in what was just the start of what could be a record-breaking season for the East Sprinters. For Alaska's News Source, I'm Jordan Rodenberger.
Can't wait to see how much faster those two get, because like we said, we are just getting into the season here. All of that video inside of the dome. Now, you might be driving around Anchorage and seeing some tracks that are open, but we can't participate fully in outdoor track and field until everybody has their track open. That means East track has to be good, just like South's and Chugiak. So once all of the tracks are clear, we will be outside practicing and doing all of that stuff. And there's a lot of people that are putting in a lot of hard work, and we'll have more on that as the week goes on Alaska's news source, so stay tuned for that. So let's go to another sport here. We're doing all sorts of sports today. We're going to relive the Anchorage Wolverines' last home game, which took place last night. They needed to win not only this game, but then the last 2 games of the season. So 3 straight, but they also needed the Chippewa Steel to lose 3 straight if they were going to make the playoffs. So let's see if they held up their side of the bargain, and they came out looking like a different team. Wow, look at that hit. That would set the tone a little bit here. Now into the power play in the first period. Cameron Morris finds Reinecke on the weak side of the net. What a beautiful pass, 1-0. And right at this point, our playoff hopes, well, they're still alive and well. The Brown Bears nearly tying the game right here if it wasn't for the big toe of Rissanen to keep the game 1-0. No goals in the second, but now to late in the third, and I mean late. 2:57 left. Kenai ties it up with a nice rebound, and we're headed to overtime. Now in OT, Ramsey says, give it to me. Goes toe drag, 5-hole at full speed, sending the Ben Boeke Ice Arena into absolute pandemonium, winning their last home game of the season on an OT game winner like that. That was absolutely dirty and disgusting. What a goal by Ramsey right there. And you can see everybody is going nuts because the playoff hopes, well, they were still alive up to that point, but unfortunately for the Wolverines, about 45 minutes later, the Chippewa Steel kind of rained on the whole parade, and they won their game against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs of all teams, meaning the Anchorage Wolverines have officially been knocked out of the playoffs. But as a little consolation prize, they did win the Club 49 Cup by winning that game against the Kenai River Brown Bears. That cup going to the Alaskan team that beats the other Alaskan teams the most. So, hey, the Anchorage Wolverines are really good when they're playing in Alaska or against other Alaskan teams. So a lot of things to be proud of for the Wolverines. And their season isn't over. They still have 2 more games up in Kenai or in Soldotna, where they will play the Kenai River Brown Bears 2 more times and look to end the season on a high note. And our show is ending right now. That is all I have for you until next Sunday. We're going to have a bunch more highlights next week because we're going to have a ton of soccer games and some more track and field to talk about. But until then, hope you enjoy whatever little slice of 907 heaven you're hanging out on tonight.